Tries to move around, now comes to the near side, now goes over to Avila, now back over, now across court over to number 14, Duffy. Duffy takes the long shot, no good, rebounded by Balko, and tied up. It's going to be a jump ball, and possession will go with the Lady Bison. France will inbound the ball to number 11, Overa. Overa bringing the ball, dribble down, comes across the timeline, sets up, tries to drive down the lane, now kicks back out to France. France now back over. Back up top to Stockton, now over to number 21, France. Back out to Stockton at the top of the key, now to the far side, dribbles around, now back up. Trying to find something, now takes the long downtown shot, misses the mark, rebounded by Langford, and driven down the court by the Lady Eagles. Loses a handle on it, but is picked up by number 14, Duffy. Now back out to Stork, and then loses a handle on it, but a whistle is going to be blown, and a foul is going to be called. Foul is going to be called on the Lady Eagles, number 10 at Pensy Stork. That will be her first personal foul, first team foul for the Lady Eagles. Balko to inbound the ball. Overa with the ball, comes across the timeline, sets things up, comes over to the near side to France. France goes down to the baseline, drives across, tries to come back out. Now brings it around, thinks about shooting, now brings it back around, looks down low. Takes the shot right there, but no good, and then almost picked up by the Lady Eagles, but the foot was on the line. So possession will stay with the Lady Bison. Long inbound pass out front to Trenham, now back around. Overa with the ball. The top of the key, now back over to the far side to France. France with the dribble, tries to come down the lane, looks for it. They close the pressure there. Now they kind of lose track of things, and Overa puts it up, no good, rebounded by the Aggies. Langford with the ball. Head coach Tony Taylor setting up the offense for the Lady Eagles. Now comes over to Avila. Avila looks down low to Langford. Langford can't get the pass, loses a handle. Picked up by the Lady Bison. Brought down the court by Trenham. Trenham now back out to the top of the key. Takes the long downtown shot, misses the mark again. Long shot by Stockton, no good. And rebounded by the Lady Eagles again. Slowing down the pace just a little bit. 5:32 left. No score on the score clock right now. Again, you're listening to our broadcast here on PTCI for the District 1 tournament here in Goodwell, Oklahoma at the Anchor D Arena and the Oscar Williams Fieldhouse. Eagles with the ball, takes the long shot, rims out right there with a long shot for Avila. Can't make it count. Now picked up by Balko. Long pass down by Overa down to the far corner. Now back up to Overa at the top of the key. Now over to Stockton. Stockton now with the ball, dribble. Long shot by Trenham and makes it count. The first points of the game with the three right there. And so the Balko Lady Bison will go up 3-0 with just about little over 4.5 minutes left in the first period. Lady Eagles with the ball over to Duffy. Duffy looking for some help. Now back up to Stork. Stork hands off to Langford. Langford with the dribble right now. Calls out for Avila. Avila picks up the ball. Trying to get things set up. Now brings it over to McDaniel. McDaniel with the ball. Back up to Langford. Now over to Avila. Avila goes with the dribble. McDaniel tries to pass it out. Can't do it. Now picked up by the Lady Bison, and the drive down puts it up and in for Trenham. So that will put it 5-0. Timeout is going to be called by the Lady Eagles. Head coach Tony Taylor wants to talk about it, so we will see if we can talk about it. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to District 1 basketball right here on PTCI. And we are back as the Lady Eagles will have the ball. Langford with the ball, dribbles across the timeline, sets up the offense, drives to the far side. Comes down low to McDaniels, now back out to Duffy. Now Langford with the long shot for the three, off the front of the rim. No good, picked up by the Lady Bison, drives down, loses the handle right there, and then a travel is going to be called. So a turnover. Checking into the game for the Lady Bison is going to be number 14 at Maylee Wirtz, a sophomore. And then also checking in for the Lady Eagles, Urana Olivas, a sophomore. All right, Eagles inbound the ball. Langford with the drive, now down far to Olivas, now back out to Oliva, and slapped out of there as the shot was put up, but it is going to be rejected. And it will go to the Lady Eagles. We'll get the possession right there. And we'll stay on that end of the court. McDaniels with the inbound to Langford, but a whistle is going to be blown. Foul is going to be called on number 14, Maylee Wirtz, for the Lady Bison. Will be her first personal foul, first team foul for the Lady Bison. Langford with the ball, takes it along the baseline, puts it over, no good. Rebounded by the Eagles. Now back up to McDaniels. Over to Duffy. Now down low to Langford. Langford loses the handle. And Trentham will pick it up. Trentham now back over up to the top of the key for Elvera. Elvera now over to Stockton. Stockton over, takes the long shot down there for Wirtz, and no good. And will go out of bounds. So it will be Lady Eagles ball. Again, it is 5-0 in favor of the Lady Bison right now. Just under 3 minutes left in the first period. Langford with the ball, long cross-court pass over to Avila. Avila takes a long shot, then no good. Duffy takes a shot off the rim. Now brought down by Stockton. Stockton driving hard, but got her pocket picked right there by Avila. Avila steals it from behind and then passes the ball off to Langford. Langford now across the timeline at half court, sets things up. Out to Avila. Avila over to Duffy. Avila over to Olivas, now back up to Avila. Duffy's got the ball, now to Oliva. Duffy with the ball on the far side. Now back to Olivas. Then down inside to Avila. Avila loses the handle, but Duffy is able to pick it back up. Now back out to Avila. Avila on the long court. Right over to McDaniels. McDaniels misses the mark, but rebounded by the Lady Eagles. And Avila takes a shot, still no good, and rebounded by number 21. France drives it down. Long shot from downtown off the front of the rim by Stockton. Rebounded by the Lady Eagles, minute 29. And a timeout is going to be called by head coach Tony Taylor. So we'll do the same. We'll take a timeout, 30-second timeout. You're listening to District Tournament right here on PTCI. And welcome back to District 1 tournament action here in Goodwell, Oklahoma on PTCI. Is the Lady Eagles ball. Velo to inbound the ball, inbounds to McDaniels. McDaniels with the dribble, takes it across the timeline. Also in for the Aggies now is number 20, Hadley Hines. Hines with the ball. Now back up to Stork, over to Hines again on the far side. Back up to Stork at the top of the key, now over to Avila. Avila looking for something down low, can't get it. Now Avila dribbles, kicks it back out to Hines. Hines takes the long shot, rims around, but a nice job of following up her shot right there and gets it to drop. Nice follow-up there by Hadley Hines as she follows up her missed shot and gets it to count. So it is 5-2 with under a minute left to play in first quarter action here for game number 1. We've got 2 games coming up tonight. Our next game will be, of course, Boyd City and Felt coming up just a little bit later on tonight right here on PTCI. My name is Derek Barton, the voice of the OPSU Aggies, doing your play-by-play action. Shot is put up by the Lady Bison, no good. Avila with the rebound, drives it down. Now back out to Langford. Langford over to Avila. Avila with the pump fake, takes the shot, no good. Rebounded by the Lady Bison. picked up by France. Now France tries to go down to the far corner, nobody there, and goes out of bounds, so it'll be a turnover. Change of possession. Ball goes back to the Lady Eagles. 14 seconds left in period number 1. Avila inbounds to McDaniels. McDaniels with the dribble, now over to Avila, now down low to Langford. Nice little pass right there down low to McDaniels, puts up the first shot, can't make it work, but tries to put up the second one, can't make it work either. And you hear the buzzer sound, so that means we will end the first period with the score right now 5-2 in favor of the Lady Bison from Balko. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with second quarter action right here on PTCI. And welcome back to second quarter action here at Oscar Williams Fieldhouse on the campus of Oklahoma Panhandle State University. We have the Balko Lady Bison and the Goodwell Lady Eagles. Bison lead right now 5-2, but just quick inbounds, and Langford with a down low on the baseline drive, puts it up and good. So 5-4 in favor of the Lady Bison. Now with the ball comes up to number 21, France. France with the dribble, now back out top. Looks for the possibility right there for Emily Trethman, can't make it work. She takes a long shot from downtown, misses the mark, rebounded by the Aggies. Avila with the ball, comes across the timeline. Looks down low to Langford in the near corner, back out top to Avila, now over to Duffy on the far side. Duffy takes the long shot, no good for the three. Rebounded by the Aggies, back out to Langford. Langford looks for some help. Now Avila with the long shot off the rim. Good job by Langford with the rebound, but the ball is stuffed, but a whistle is going to be on the play. So foul is going to be called. It's going to be called on number 24, Aspen Freeman. That will be Freeman's first personal foul. Second team foul sends Gracie Langford, a sophomore for the Lady Eagles, to the line. And can't make the first one count. Langford getting ready for the second shot. Ball is on the way and does make that one count. So ties it up 5-5 on the scoreboard. O'Vera with the ball for the Lady Bison. Sets it up, comes to the near side. Hands it off to Trentham. Trentham now over to France. France with the dribble, comes to the near side. Now back out to O'Vera. O'Vera looks for some help, but stolen away by Langford. Tries to drive in the length of the court. Puts it up and goes coast to coast right there for Gracie Langford as she steals the ball and drives it down and gets the bunny for a 7-5 lead for the Lady Eagles. O'Vera with the ball now comes to the near side to Freeman. Freeman now looks for something and tapped out. It was thrown down low to Trentham, but Trentham lost the handle on it, but it was last touched by the Aggies. France will inbound the ball for the Lady Bison. Looking for some help. Gets the ball inbounded to Trentham. Now Trentham back up top to O'Vera. O'Vera with the ball now, drives it, and loses the handle on it as Madeline Trentham tried to drive the lane, couldn't, and a turnover, so the ball will go back to the Lady Eagles. Langford with the ball. Now to the far side to Duffy. Now Duffy tries to throw the pass down low to Avila, but is tapped out of bounds. Checking in for the Aggies, number 20, Hadley Hines once again, and then also Pensy Stork check back in for the Lady Eagles. Hines to inbound the ball, inbounds it to McDaniels. Now back up to Langford. Langford coming to the near side, hands it off to Avila. Avila looks for something open down low, can't do it. Back up to the top of the key to Stork. Now down low to Pence, across, now over to Hines for the long shot. Off the front of the rim, but picked up by McDaniels and gets the nice roll right there to get it to drop. So 9-5 with just a little over 5 minutes in second period action. Balko with the ball and a nice little underneath move and gets the good bounce right there for number 21, Kendall France, a senior for the Balko Lady Bison. 9-7 in favor of the Goodwell Eagles. Hines with the ball on the far side, looks low down to McDaniels. McDaniels with the little pull-up jumper right there and gets it to drop. Very nice job right there by Jason McDaniels. Dribbles it in, gets that little pull-up jumper and gets it to drop. Long shot right down there by number 15, Trentham, and unfortunately can't make it. Ball will go out of bounds. Stockton checks back in for the Bison, as well as number 14, Maylee Wirtz. And also Olivas checks back in for the Lady Eagles. About 4.5 minutes left in the first half. Goodwell Lady Eagles lead 11-7. And a long downtown shot right there by Olvera and gets it to drop. So it narrows the margin, 11-10 in favor of the Lady Eagles. Gracie Langford with the ball, comes across the timeline, goes to the far side. Hines down low. Now comes back across to over to Avila. Avila now back over to Langford. Now down low to Hines. Looks for McDaniels down low. McDaniels tries to get the put up right there. Can't get it to drop, and picked up by the Lady Bison, driven down the court by France. France now back out. Long downtown shot right there by number 14, Wirtz, but can't hit the mark. No good, and picked up on the rebound by the Lady Eagles. Stork with the long pass down low. Now back up to Stork. Now to the far side to Hines. Hines looking for some help. To Avila. Avila dribbles now. Trying to look for something. Now kicks it back out to Hines. Hines goes back up to Stork. Stork down to the far side to Avila. Avila drives the baseline. Tries to put up. Nice job by Stork to get the rebound. And a whistle is going to be blown on the play. Foul is going to be called on number 21, Kendall France. That will be her first. McDaniel and Duffy check back into the lineup for the Lady Eagles. Just over 3 minutes left. 11-10 in favor of the Goodwell Lady Eagles in this first game action here at the district tournament. As I said, of course, the ladies play tonight. The men will play coming up tomorrow night, same time, 6 and give or take 8 o'clock. Ball will knocked out of bounds and will stay with the Lady Eagles. Long inbound pass from Duffy to McDaniels. McDaniels with the little pull-up jumper. Can't make this one. Can't. Rebounded by Balko. Franz with the ball, brings it down to the near side. Now up top to Stockton. Stockton back to the far side over to Avera. Avera now tries something up top to Stockton. Stockton drives the lane, takes a shot. Can't make it count, but a whistle is going to be blown on the play. Foul is going to be called on number 10, Pensy Stork. I believe that should be her second personal foul. That will send Sawyer Stockton, a sophomore for the Lady Bison, to the free throw line and gets the first one to count. Number 21, Olivas, checks back in for the Lady Eagles. Jason McDaniel takes a seat on the bench. Second shot coming up for Stockton. Tie score right now with just 2:43 left in the game, and Stockton makes the second one count. So it's 12-11 in favor of the Balko Lady Bison. Ball inbounded by the Lady Eagles, taken across the timeline by Langford. Langford driving, now kicks it back out to Channing Duffy on the far side. Back up top to Stork, now back down low on the far side to Duffy. Duffy back up to Stork, now over to Avila. Stork, a nice little pass down inside to Langford, but can't get it to drop, but a foul is going to be called. Foul is going to be called on number 21, Kendall France. I believe that should be her second personal, fourth team foul. Jason McDaniels comes in for Olivas. Olivas has a seat on the bench for the Lady Eagles. Ball will remain with the Lady Eagles. Ball inbounded to McDaniels now over to Avila. Now back out to McDaniels, and a nice little corner three right there from the far side for J.C. McDaniels to put it up 14-12 in favor of the Lady Eagles. Coming up on 2 minutes left in first half action. Now Balko with the ball, and O'Vara loses a handle, picked up by Langford. Langford now down to the far corner, over to Avila, now back up to top to Stork, now over to Langford, over to the far side to Duffy, back up to Stork, now handed off to Langford, and Langford will spread out the offense just a little bit. Minute 36, comes off the screen right there to Avila. Avila over to the far side to McDaniels, back up to Stork at the top of the key. Now back over to Avila. Duffy down on the far corner right there, takes the three-point shot just a little off the mark. Can't quite make it count. Rebounded by the Lady Bison. And travel, no. A foul is going to be called right there. Everybody was calling for a travel right there, but the referees did not call it, but a foul is going to be called. Waiting to see whether or not it was outside the three-point line. And it is going to be called on Pensy Stork. That will be her third. First one up at the line right now is Stockton, Sawyer Stockton, a sophomore for the Lady Bison. First one off the mark, can't make it count. Minute 13 left, second one on the way, gets that, nothing but net. Olivas checks back in, and number 10, Caden Sager, a junior for the Lady Bison. First action we've seen her so far for tonight's game. Third one is up, and that one is good as well for Stockton, so it ties up the score with just coming up on a minute left. Langford with the ball, comes across the timeline, drives down low, and closes. And Langford tries to throw it, but nobody touched it, so it was thrown out of bounds, so a turnover. Ball will go back to Balko Lady Bison. Olvera with the ball, comes across the midcourt, looks for some help, tries to come down. Nice job by Duffy right there to strip it away, and nice job, drives down the full length of the court for Avila, gets it to drop. 16-14, coming up on 30 seconds left. Balko with the ball. Stockton tries to dribble, now kicks it out far to France. France almost loses a handle on it, then picks it up, now up top to Trenum. France with the long shot downtown, can't make it. And rebounded by Trenum, but a foul is going to be called on Avila. That will be her first personal foul. So that will send Trenum to the line to shoot. First one up and good. Aspen Freeman checks back on the floor for the Lady Bison. 21 seconds left. 16-15 in favor of the Lady Eagles. Second shot is up and good. That'll tie it up as Madeline is able to get that one to drop. Now Langford with the ball, coming up on 10 seconds left. Looking for the last shot to go into the locker room at halftime with the lead. Over to the far side to Duffy. Turn around on the jumper right there, and almost gets the turnaround jumper in the key for Langford and can't make it drop. So we head into halftime of this first game here at District with a 16-16 score. We will take a halftime break here and then be back here in just a little bit for more action for third and fourth quarter action here. But right now you're listening to District 1 basketball right here on PTCI. Bison will start out with the ball in this third period. Franz to inbound. And inbounded to Olvera. Olvera with the dribble, now over to Franz. Franz looks down low, can't find anything. Back up to Olvera. Back over to Franz. Olvera with the ball now with the dribble. Back up to Franz. Franz with the dribble. Now kicks it out right here. Back down far to Olvera. Olvera looking for some help over to Franz on the far side. Comes back out top to Stockton. Stockton with the drive and gets it to lay up off the glass and good. 18-16 in favor of the Balko Lady Bison. Of course, after this tournament, we've got ladies action tonight, men's action tomorrow night, and the winner and the runner-up will advance on to the regional tournament coming up next weekend. I believe that is going to be in Beaver and also in Lady next week. So lots of basketball action still coming up. Goodwell with the ball, and Duffy puts it up, but kind of got a piece of the ball by the Lady Bison. So now Stockton with the dribble over to Franz. Franz now comes out to the top, tries to back her way in. Now comes back out. Stockton with the ball, back over to Franz. Franz looking for some help, now back up to Trentham. Trentham takes a shot, no good, rebounded by Stork. And then a whistle is going to be blown down low. Foul is going to be called on number 24, Aspen Freeman. That should be her second. So now the ball inbounded by Duffy to Gracie Langford. Langford with the ball. Comes across the half court. Tries to get things set up. Now over to the far side to Avila. Avila now to Duffy. Duffy with the long shot. Ooh, rims around and can't get it to, but a nice job by McDaniel for the rebound. And then a battle, a tie-up, jump ball. And possession is going to stay with the Lady Eagles, but a full timeout is going to be called. A full timeout is going to be called, so we'll do the same. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with more action coming up right here on PTCI. And welcome back here to, of course, the campus of Oklahoma Panhandle State University and the Oscar Williams Fieldhouse here at the Anchor D Arena. Third quarter action, 18-16 in favor of the Lady Balko Bison. Lady Eagles will have the ball down under their own basket. McDaniels to inbound the ball. Inbounds it to Langford. Langford on the far side, looks down low for something, dribbles around, now back up to top to Duffy. Duffy looking for some help now to Avila. Avila back over to Langford. Langford at the top of the key, drives in, takes the long shot from downtown. Can't get the three to make. Battled around, but picked up by the Lady Bison. Franz with the ball, dribbles down. Now comes across over to Stockton. Stockton tries to drive the lane right there, but a foul is going to be called, I believe, down low on Pensy Stork. That should be her fourth. That will send number 5, Sawyer Stockton, a sophomore, to the line. First one on the way, and makes that count. Urana Olivas checks in, number 21 for the Lady Eagles, comes in for McDaniel. McDaniel to have a seat on the bench. 19-16 in favor of the Balko Lady Bison. Sawyer Stockton, second shot is on the way for the free throw. Makes both of them good at the charity stripe. Avila to inbound the ball to Langford. Langford with the dribble. Now sets things up. Gets the screen right there. Now back out to Avila. Now up to Duffy. Now down to Olivas on the far side in the corner. Back up to Avila. Avila looking for something down low. Now over to Stork. On the near side. Back over to Avila. Still can't get anything. Langford battling around down inside, down on the baseline, trying to get something. Now kicks it back out to Avila, takes the long shot. Can't get it. Boy, it's like there's a lid on that basket for the Lady Eagles. Just having a trouble for those longer shots to get to drop. And then a battle for the ball. And possession will go to the Lady Bison from Balko. McDaniels, J.C. McDaniels checks back in for the Lady Eagles. Franz inbounds the ball, and Carolyn Olvera, number 11, who is a junior, brings it across the timeline, tries to set things up for the Lady Bison. Now over to Stockton. Stockton back up to Olvera. Olvera with the dribble, tries to come down into the paint, no good. Back up to Franz. Franz thought about shooting it, can't do it. Back up to Trentham. Trentham then back out to Franz. Now Franz drives the lane right there, takes a shot, no good, and picked up by Duffy. Now handed off to Langford. Langford brings it across the timeline, getting the Lady Eagles a chance to set things up. 20-16 in favor of the Balko Lady Bison. Coming up on 4:30 left in third quarter action. Now over to McDaniels in the far corner. Now Avila. Now over to Olivas. McDaniels back to the near side. Comes across the baseline. Tries to find Langford. Goes down with the pass, but a whistle is going to be blown over the back on the Lady Bison. And it is going to be called on Aspen Freeman. I believe that should be her. Yes, it is her third personal foul. Still not in the bonus right now. That is just the second team foul for the Lady Bison. Long inbound pass from Duffy to McDaniels. And then McDaniels goes to dribble. Knocked out of bounds. And a whistle is going to be blown, and a foul is called on number 11, Carolyn Olvera, for the Lady Bison. That will be her first personal foul. Again, Derek Barton along with you here on the campus of Oklahoma Panhandle State University. District 1 basketball action. We've got another game coming up a little bit later on. It is Boys City against Felt. That game will start around 8 o'clock tonight. A lot of people wanted to have a travel right there. Shot taken by Balko, but no good. Picked up by Avila. Avila brings it down. Now hands it off to Langford across midcourt. Looking for some help now. Back over to Avila. Now to the near side to Duffy. Duffy tries to dribble drive down. They close down the lane right there. Now comes across to Avila on the far side. Looks over. McDaniels takes a long shot. Had it measured out for the three. Couldn't get it, but a nice job by Avila to get the rebound. Now McDaniels with the three and gets it to count right there. So nice job by Channing Duffy to get the three, narrowing the margin 20-19 in favor of the Balko Lady Bison. Franz with the ball on the far side. Dribbles, now kicks it back out to Freeman. And a travel is going to be called. Haley White checks in for the Lady Eagles. And also number 14, Maylee Wirtz, back on the floor. 20-19, just under 3 minutes left in third period action. Langford with the ball, now over to Avila. Avila on the far side, back up top to Langford. Now down to White, back over to Langford, then to Avila, down into Olivas, tries to get it and rolls around, and whistle blown by the referees. And foul is going to be called on Haley White. That will be her first personal foul. So will be Balko's ball, inbounded by Franz to Olvera. Olvera now dribbling across the timeline, gets ready to set things up for the Lady Bison. Goes to the far side, tries to get the screen. Now back up top, over to Stockton. Stockton now kicks it back out to Franz. Stockton with the ball, kicks it up to Olvera. Olvera looks for something, now down to Franz. Good job by the Eagles closing down the lane. Back up to Stockton on the top side. Kicks it out to number 3, Trentham. Trentham takes a shot, no good, and rebounded by the Eagles. Tries to drive it all the way down for Avila, but gets a little far under the basket and can't get it to go in. Picked up by the Bison. Franzen tries to take a shot, no good there, so picked up by the Lady Eagles. Avila brings it across, now over to Langford. Langford slowing down the pace just a little bit, give him a chance to get things set up. Now to the near side to Haley White. Haley White down low to McDaniel, now up to White, over to Langford, over to Avila, now back up to Langford. Langford holds up the ball, now over to White, down low to Olivas. Olivas looking for something, tries to find down low, had McDaniels there, but McDaniels could not hold on to it. Loses a handle on the ball, driven down by Stockton, and dribble drive coast to coast. Gets it to fall, 22-19. 22-19 in favor of the Lady Bison from Balko. Langford with the ball. The Lady Eagles are moving from right to left if you're just listening and not watching our stream on PTCI. Avera with the ball, now over to White. Throws it to McDaniels, back out to Avila. Avila thinks about it, but then pitches off to McDaniel. McDaniel tries that little jumper right there. And a foul is going to be called on Gracie Langford. That'll be her first. Ball will go back to Balko. 37 seconds left, 22-19. Channing Duffy checks back in for Jason McDaniel. O'Vera with the ball. Comes across the half-court mark. Now over to Franz, and then head coach Brittany Johnson says, I want a 30-second timeout. So we'll do the same. We're going to take a 30-second timeout right here on PTCI. And welcome back to third quarter action here at the District 1 tournament here on the campus of Oklahoma Panhandle State University. Has a Balko Lady Bison going head-to-head against the Goodwell Lady Eagles. The Lady Eagles are trailing on a score of 22-19. Balko with the ball, inbounded over to Madeline Trentham. Trentham dribbles now over to Franz. Franz brings it back across, kicks it out to O'Vera. O'Vera with the ball, looking for something. Now kicks it back out top to Stockton. Franz with the ball. Now back to O'Vera. O'Vera kicks it out to Trentham. Trentham dribble drives, no good. Franz with the ball, now back over to Trentham. Franz with the ball, gets the open lane, takes the shot, and gets it to drop at the buzzer. Boy, she put it up. Didn't look like it was going to drop, but it did get the good roll and drop in, so it's going to be at the end of three, 24-19, and we'll be back with more basketball action coming up after this here on PTCI. And we are back for the final quarter here for game number one for the District 1 tournament here at Oklahoma Panhandle State University in Anchor-D Arena. Score on the scoreboard, 24-19 in favor of the Balko Lady Bison. Of course, we have four teams here. Another game coming up tonight. And the Lady Eagles with the ball. Over to Duffy. Now comes to the far side to Olivas. Olivas looks for something. Back up to Avila. Avila looks over to Duffy. Now back to Avila. Now over to Duffy. Duffy's trying to find something down low in the lane. Can't find anything. Balko playing a very tough defense down there. Not giving Langford much to work with down there. Now back up to Duffy. Avila with the ball. Olivas had a shot there in the lane. Now back over to McDaniels from the corner. Can't make it, but a good job by Duffy to get the rebound, but then stolen away by Balko, and a whistle is going to be blown. Foul is going to be called on number 4, Malin Avila. That should be her second personal foul. So Franz to inbound the ball to O'Vera. As I said, the winner of this weekend's contest and the runner-up will go to the regional tournament at Beaver and Leedy next week. Drives the lane right there for Trentham, but ball slapped away, and foul is going to be called on number 14. That will be on Channing Duffy, just her first personal foul. We'll send Madeline Trentham to the line, a senior for the Lady Bison. Makes the first one count. Duffy has a seat on the bench, and Pensy Stork checks back in to the lineup for the Lady Eagles. Actually, that was Stockton at the line shooting for the foul. Makes both of them count, so it's 26-19. So the Lady Bison have taken a little bit of a run. It had been pretty even through three quarters, but towards the end of that third quarter and into this fourth quarter, Balko has opened up just a bit of a lead. Langford with it, now over to Avila. Avila looks into McDaniel now back out to Langford. Langford draws the foul right there, but can't get the shot to drop. And foul is going to be called on number 11 for the Lady Bison, Carolyn Olvera. That will be her second personal foul. Will send Gracie Langford to the line to shoot two. First one up and can't make it count. Back into the lineup for the Lady Eagles, number 14, Channing Duffy, a sophomore. Jason McDaniels has a seat on the bench. Langford getting ready to try to put up her second shot. Second one on the way and off the mark again. Been a little cold for Gracie Langford tonight. Usually she's one of the powerhouse players for the Lady Eagles. Avila was doing the coverage right there, lost her footing and went down and thought it was going to open up a shot, but good job of the Lady Eagles to get back. Franz with the ball, drives the baseline, puts it up, tries to get the lucky roll, can't do it. And it is going to be a jump ball, and it'll remain with Balko. Checking into the game for the Lady Eagles, number 20, Hadley Hines, a freshman. Channing Duffy to the bench for the Lady Eagles. Franz trying to find something open. Tries the long inbound pass. Goes pretty much the full length of the court right there, but then unfortunately reaches in on the foul for Avila. That'll be her third personal foul. Two very quickly for the sophomore. Stand corrected, that'll be her second, or no, it is her third personal foul. So the Lady Bison with the ball, 26-19. Favor of the Balko Lady Bison. Just under 6 minutes left. Takes the long shot from downtown, rims around for the Bison, rebounded by Langford. Langford tries to drive it, puts it up, and a block is going to be called on Balko. Should be on number 5, Sawyer Stockton. Believe that'll be her first personal foul, 5th team foul. Sends Langford to the line to shoot. First one up for Gracie, and she gets that one to count. Nice job finally finding the mark right there. Jason McDaniels, number 24, a senior for the Lady Eagles, checks back in. 26-20 in favor of the Balko Lady Bison. Second shot going up for Langford and makes that one count as well, so narrows the margin to 21-26. Olvera with the ball, now over to the far side to Freeman. Freeman back out top to Stockton, now over to Franz. Franz comes back up top to Trentham. Tries to drive down the lane right there for Trentham, or Stockton loses the handle on it but picks it back up. And Stockton drives the lane, puts it up, gets it to drop, and draws the foul. And foul is going to be called on number 4, Avila. That is her 4th personal foul. 4th personal foul. That will send Stockton to the, or Franz, to shoot. Misses the shot, but puts it back up right there. So 30-21, a 9-point deficit for the Lady Eagles. Langford with the ball, now over to Avila. Back up to Avila, now over to Langford, over to Hines on the far side. Ball is tapped out. Last touched by Balko, so it will stay with the Lady Eagles. Hines to inbound the ball. Duffy checks back in for Avila. Avila will have a seat on the bench. Hines to inbound the ball, inbounds it to Langford. Just about 4.5 minutes left in the contest. Balko leads on a score of 30-21. Ball is tapped out of bounds but stays with the Lady Eagles. Duffy to inbound it. Inbounds it to McDaniels. McDaniels takes the three-point shot, rims around and rolls out, but unfortunately can't get it to drop, and rebounded by the Bison, but then the ball thrown away with the long down-court pass from Madeline Trentham, but Franz can't get a handle on it, so it'll be a turnover. 4:30 left in the fourth quarter. 30-21 in favor of the Balko Lady Bison for this first game here at the district tournament. You can go on to the Oklahoma High School Activities Association. They do have all of the brackets for all of the contests coming up. Lots of games going on right now. Stork with the ball, tries to throw it inside. It is partially blocked and picked up, taken away by the Bison. Long shot downtown, comes up short right there for the Bison. Tries to make the save right there by Franz, and I thought she had done it. Good athletic effort right there by Franz, but did catch the baseline out of bounds, so it'll go back to the Lady Eagles. Langford with the ball to bring it down. Under 4 minutes left, 30-21 in favor of the Balko Lady Bison. Of course, the winner of this game will go on to take on the winner of Boise City and Felt. That will be coming up on Saturday. Now, the schedules for those games are still up in the air due to the inclement weather that we've got coming up. The athletic director for Goodwell High School, Sean Strain, said they might be changing those times on Saturday. We'll try to keep you updated here on PTCI, and they will keep you updated on their website as well for Goodwell High School. Balko with the ball. Stockton drives the lane, blocked by McDaniels. Good job on the rebound. Stolen away by McDaniels. McDuffie with the ball. Now Langford drives down across half court. Coming up on 3 minutes left, 32-21 in favor of the Balko Lady Bison. Langford with the ball, kicks it out to Duffy. Duffy tries to look down low. Now McDaniels goes ahead and takes the three-point shot. Cannot get that one to drop. She's had the look several times, but could not get it to drop right there. And picked up and then tied up, but no, a foul is going to be called on the Lady Eagles. Going to be the foul called on number 20, Hadley Hines, a freshman. That'll be her first personal foul. That will send Aspen Freeman, number 24, to the line to shoot. First one is up and on the way, and that is good for Freeman. 31-21, a 10-point lead for the Lady Bison. Freeman at the charity stripe for the second shot coming up. It's on its way. Rims around a little bit. No good. Rebounded by McDaniels, but then thrown to Langford. Langford loses a handle on it, goes out of bounds. So ball will go back to the Lady Bison. Candace Kaufman, a senior, number 25. Cadence checks in to the game. Franz with the ball, drives up and good, drives the lane and gets a nice little layup right there. 33-21, coming up on 2:30 left to play in this first game. Langford with the ball, drives, almost loses a handle on it, picks up the dribble again, now over to Hines on the far side. Now comes a long cross-court pass over to Kaufman, now back down to McDaniels. McDaniels, boy, she has gotten him on the rim about 4 different times, but just cannot get him to drop, so no good on the three-point try. Back to the Lady Bison. O'Vera down low to France, and now France brings the ball back up, now comes down towards the baseline, takes the drive, and a whistle on the play. Whistle is going to be on number 10, Pensy Stork. I believe that should be her 5th personal foul. So Channing Duffy will check in. Pensy Stork, senior, will have a seat on the bench as she fouls out of the game. And Kendall France, number 21, a senior for the Lady Bison, takes the first shot. It's up and good. 34-21 in favor. 2 minutes left in the game. Second game coming up tonight will be the Boys City and Felt team coming up. Second shot, no good. Picked up by the Lady Eagles. Langford with the ball. Drives across half court. Kicks it up to McDaniels. McDaniels tries to take the shot again. Had the look, but can't. Then nice job by Kaufman to get the rebound. Takes another long downtown shot, but this time picked up by Balko, and a whistle is going to be blown. A foul is going to be called on Gracie Langford. That should be her second personal foul. That will send, I believe, Stockton to the line. Haley White checks in for the Lady Eagles, as well as number 4, Avila. And a timeout is going to be called by the Lady Eagles. I believe it is going to be a full timeout, so we'll take a full timeout as well and be back with more action coming up right here on PTCI. And welcome back with a minute 39 left in this first game. The Balko Lady Bison lead the Goodwell Lady Eagles on a score of 34-21. A minute 39 left. Stockton at the line to shoot after the foul was called. First one is up and good. Makes it 35-21, minute 39 left. Our next game coming up here in just a little bit here on PTCI will be the Boys City Lady Wildcats against the Felt Lady Bulldogs coming up. That game should, I believe, start around 8 o'clock, and we will have the play-by-play action coming up with you. Langford with the ball, now out to Kaufman, now down to McDaniels in the corner. McDaniels back up to Kaufman, tries to find Langford down low, but a whistle on the play is going to be foul on number 21, Kendall France. That will be her third personal foul. Haley White to inbound the ball for the Lady Eagles. Minute 25 left, 36-21 on the scoreboard. Inbound pass right there, and then jump ball. And the possession arrow stays with the Lady Eagles. White inbounding the ball, tries to find somebody, now finds Langford down low. Langford tries to put it up, can't get the lucky roll and get it to drop, but she is going to be fouled. Foul is going to be called on number 24, Aspen Freeman. That should be, I believe, her fourth. Langford at the line, shoots the first one. Checking in for the Lady Eagles, 0-0. Tanya Alvarez, a freshman, comes in for Avila. Second one come up for Langford, makes that one count as well. So 36-23 in favor of the Balko Lady Bison. Ball over to France. France dribble drive, tries to get across the timeline. Now trying to get things set up. Now out to Olvera. Now back over to Trentham. Trentham with the dribble. Now over to Freeman. Freeman comes down in, and it is tied up. Jump ball. Miscommunication on the possession arrow. It should be with Balko, and it will be their ball on the jump ball, but a timeout is going to be called. A full timeout called by head coach Brittany Johnson. We'll take a timeout as well. Back with more basketball action coming up right here on PTCI. And welcome back after the timeout. The score right now 36-23 in favor of the Balko Lady Bison here in game number 1 here at the district tournament in Goodwell, Oklahoma, here on the campus of Oklahoma Panhandle State University. I'm Derek Barton, the voice of the Aggies, giving you the play-by-play. Thanks to Manny and all of the staff up there for PTCI. Ball stolen away by Goodwell and driven down by Langford, gets it to drop. So 25-36, and then head coach Tony Taylor takes a quick timeout. We'll keep it right here, Manny, for this timeout, as he will call a timeout. As I said, coming up next around 8 o'clock tonight, we'll have our second game tonight. That is going to be the Felt Lady Bulldogs going against the Boise City Lady Wildcats in game number 2. Of course, the winner of this game will go on to face the winner of the Boise City Felt game. Boys game coming up tomorrow night will have Balko and Felt, and then Goodwell will be going against Boise City. That will be the first game coming up tomorrow night, and you can hear all of that coverage right here on PTCI. As we get ready to come off of the timeout, 36-25 in favor of the Balko Lady Bison. 52 seconds left on the score clock. Good crowd on hand here. Of course, they were allowed half capacity here at the Oscar Williams Fieldhouse and the Anchor-D Arena, which roughly about 680 fans are allowed to come in here. I was talking to Principal Jason Schreiner. He said he'd like to see a good crowd, but again, a lot hinges on the weather. We are waiting for some weather to come in, and we're waiting to see what's going to happen there. So there could be a change in the schedule coming up on Saturday's championship games as well. Keep it locked right here to PTCI, or you can also stay updated on the Oklahoma High School Activities Association website. They will update any changes on these district games. Of course, coming up next weekend, regional tournament will be at Beaver and Leedy coming up. So the winner and the runner-up from this weekend's contest will go on to the regional tournament. Fortunately, it looks like it's a one-and-done type deal. Balko with the ball. Driven around by Madeline Trentham, and a whistle is going to be blown. Foul is going to be called on, I believe they're going to call it on Gracie Langford. That'll be her third personal foul. Shot is up and on the way, and good for Stockton. Makes the count now with Langford with the ball. Coming up on 30 seconds left. Out to Avila. Now over to McDaniels. Down low to Alvarez. Alvarez can't get it to drop. And a jump ball. Possession should go back to the Lady Eagles. Alvarez to inbound, or excuse me, White inbounds, takes the long shot off the mark for Avila. Picked up by Balko. Vera now over to Stockton, now back up to Vera, now over to France, as now they're just going to spread it out, let time run out, and it looks like the Lady Bison will advance to the next round of our district tournament with a final score of 37-25, as the Lady Eagles will fall to the Balko Lady Bison in this first contest. As I said, Felt Lady Bulldogs and the Boise City Wildcats, Lady Wildcats, will be coming up for our second game. That should be about 45 minutes away, so we are going to step away, pay some bills, and hear from some of our great sponsors, and we'll be back with more action coming up right here on PTCI.
At PTCI, we know it's important to keep your world within your reach. Having the right cell phone and our nationwide cell service helps you do just that and keeps you connected to your loved ones, no matter the distance. So stay connected to what and who matters and keep your world within your reach with PTCI Cellular. Choose PTCI for the latest assortment of cell phones and our area's best cell coverage at a location near you, online at ptci.net or at 580-338-2556.
Some restrictions apply.
Hey, we get it. You want
No, you need faster internet, especially in today's world. And you deserve it too. You deserve a great experience while playing video games, binging the latest TV show, or video chatting with your loved ones. Like you, we know the importance of having good internet where you live and work. That's why, as your local internet provider, PTCI's affordable and reliable internet plans make perfect sense. So sign up today and get the internet you deserve at a PTCI location near you, or visit us online at ptci.net. Some restrictions apply.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias. Thank you.
Thank you.
From all of us at PTCI, thank you for choosing to do business locally. We continue to offer you great deals like 1 month free cell service when you add a line or you're a new customer. We know the holidays are here and PTCI wants to help. Help you save money. Save $600 on the purchase of a new cell phone. Once again, thank you for choosing PTCI, your local small business cellular provider. Some restrictions may apply.
Click ptci.net for details today.